What's going on, guys? The SSN back again with another video. Thank you for stopping by. Hope that you're having a great day so far. And today we're talking about the Miami Dolphins 2021 tight ends situation. Now, this video is from my phone, no real lighting or audio, so I'm sorry that it's not the best quality, but I did want to continue on with our series and address the tight ends situation. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the video. I don't think this one's going to be very long because there's not a lot of significant players to talk about. There are some guys for sure on our roster currently, but really not a ton. A lot of them are depth, special teamers types guys. So let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so we've got 8 tight ends on roster right now. It's a lot of guys. It's definitely going to get trimmed down. Definitely going to kind of move some guys into special teams, maybe practice squad. Definitely cuts are going to happen in this tight ends room. It's too many guys to have on roster. That's obvious. So let's run through the list. Here's the guys that we have on roster right now. I'm looking at my notes. Mike Gesicki, Hunter Long, Durham, Smythe, Adam Shaheen, Ethan Carter, Chris Myrick, Jibri Blunt, and Carl Tucker. And so 8 guys. I want to talk about our starters, the guys who I think are going to consistently see the field, the guys who I feel confident we're going to see on the field in 2021. I think Mike Gesicki and Hunter Long are givens. Those are 2 guys that I think are guaranteed to see the field in 2021. Mike Gesicki for obvious reasons. He's our number 1 guy coming into a contract year. I think that he is primed for a really, really solid year. With the additions to the rest of the offense, hopefully Tua taking a step forward in his second year, Mike Gesicki could be one of those guys who really kind of surprises people. And I know that sounds kind of weird. Why would Mike Gesicki surprise? He's already, considered one of the better young tight ends in the league. I do understand that. Obviously, that's very clear. Mike Gesicki is one of the better young tight ends in the league. But I think a lot of people kind of look at Gesicki as, maybe he's kind of reached the top of his game. Maybe there's not a whole lot more for him to improve upon. He is not considered a blocking tight end. He lines up almost exclusively out of the slot. He's just a big, slow wide receiver, essentially. He is completely 100% a pass catcher. And I do understand that. I do see that. And he's not, spectacular after the catch. He's not, over the top fast. But I do think that like I said, with the additions to the rest of this offense, with Will Fuller, with Jalen Waddle, with improving our offensive line, like I said, with Tua hopefully taking a step up this year, there won't be as much opportunity for teams to just flat out double Mike Gesicki a ton of games. And we saw that a lot last year. Mike Gesicki would have one amazing week, and then the following 3 weeks, every team would be double teaming him consistently, almost all game, and pretty much just take him completely out of the competition. So I don't think there's going to be as much leeway for defenses to do that with him. I really don't. They're not going to be able to afford to double up Mike Gesicki consistently throughout a game because you got Jalen Waddle and you got Will Fuller who are going to take the top off your defense. You won't be able to afford bringing a safety down plus a corner or plus a linebacker to account for Mike Gesicki. It's just not something that you could consistently do on a game-to-game basis. I think Gesicki could take a big step up. But the biggest question, I think, with Gesicki is the contract. He's coming into a contract year. So are the Dolphins planning on moving on? Are they planning on re-signing him? If they re-sign him, how much? There are a lot of questions attached to Mike Gesicki coming into this year. And I think one of the biggest indicators of that is drafting Hunter Long. Pretty much, a mold, cut out of the same cloth from Mike Gesicki, a big, athletic, pass-catching tight end. Now, Hunter Long does a little bit more, in line and blocking. He does a little more, but that doesn't mean that he is, great or that's, a big source of his game like Durham Smythe. He is a pass-catching tight end. And so I think it stirs the pot a little bit. Okay, well, we drafted Hunter Long in the 3rd round when there were other needs on the board. So does that mean that we're moving on from Mike Gesicki, or are we just trying to deepen this receiving core for Tua and just to improve the offense in general? Maybe this was just best player available. Maybe Brian Flores loved his Boston College guy. A lot of factors to Hunter Long. But he is also someone that I think will definitely see the field. We draft him in the 3rd round. He is a pass-catching tight end. We play a lot of 2 tight end sets, and I think that there is going to be a lot of opportunity for Hunter Long to see the field and prove that he can do it at the next level. And for those of you who watched my draft review, my personal draft grades video, I was really, really critical of this pick, of Hunter Long in the 3rd round, I gave it a D grade, if not even a D minus. I don't even remember what I said, but I'm positive I gave it at the very best a D. I was really not happy with this pick. It was really off the cuff. It was really after, like right after the draft, right after day 2. And I was just upset. I was upset, why would we draft Hunter Long when there are a multitude of guys at bigger positions of need that are available? There were plenty of guys on the board, and I just didn't understand the pick. In retrospect, now, and hindsight is always 2020, I understand the pick more than I did. And I think I would bump my grade up because Hunter Long is a good player. The more that I watched more film on him, the more that I did a little bit more studying up on Hunter Long, and the more that I watched our team truly improve in a well-rounded way, the more that I could sit back and justify the Hunter Long pick and be more okay with it. So I would bump that grade up for sure. And I see the value in Hunter Long, although it still probably wouldn't be my number 1 choice at 81 with all the guys on the board. I can understand the Hunter Long pick. I think he's going to see the field plenty, and I can see potential there, especially if Miami's looking to move on from Gesicki, like I said, then I understand that pick even more. So let's move on. Durham, Smythe, and Adam Shaheen, 2 guys that also saw the field pretty consistently last year. Smythe is primarily just a blocking tight end, but he can catch the ball. He doesn't drop any passes. He's an average pass catcher, if not a little below average. He doesn't run good routes. He is slow as a cow, but he's good in line. He's really, really good in line. That's what we drafted him for. That's what we've played him mostly as, but he does catch the ball. I think he sees the field. I think he's going to be on this roster. I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind that Durham Smythe will be on the team in the 2021 year. Adam Shaheen, also a really interesting player. We signed him to a new deal. I think he will definitely be on the team just because we signed him to that new deal. I think we'd like to, hey, let's try him out. And if we plan on moving on from Gesicki, then, it kind of frees up a spot for Shaheen to see more play time. So, I think he's good. I think a lot of people have a higher opinion of Adam Shaheen than I do. I don't think that he's spectacular. I think that if he was as good as everybody says that he is, he would have played, way more than he did last year. So there's got to be something to why he's just not seeing the field. And that's without Hunter Long. And that's without all the other additions that we made to this offense. So there was plenty of opportunity for Shaheen to be on the field and be productive, but for some reason it just wasn't there last year. Now, he did have good games. He did produce a little bit. It just wasn't spectacular. It wasn't as good as I think other people think that it was. So I'm not super high on Adam Shaheen. I think this team could do without him. It'd be just fine. But it is depth, and he is a big pass-catching tight end, and he can be productive in limited minutes. I think that he will see rotation for sure, and I don't have much of a problem with that at all. Ethan Carter, purely special teamer. I've done a video on him talking about the free agency pickups that we made. Ethan Carter is purely special teams. He's a tight end fullback, kind of mixture. Fullback is pretty much obsolete in the NFL today, unless if you're San Francisco. So Ethan Carter is going to be just purely special teams. He's going to be a gunner. He can take the place of a couple guys that we lost. That's what he's going to be used as. So nothing really to talk about with Ethan Carter. Now, Chris Myrick, Jabri Blunt, Carl Tucker, those 3 guys, it's kind of hard to make up my mind on what's going to happen with the rest. Because if we're talking, we're going to have 4 tight ends on roster. That's a little high. Yeah, even that's a little high. I think 3 would be the sweet spot. 4 might be a little much, although I think you could justify Gesicki, Long, Smythe, Shaheen. I don't think that many people would have too much of a problem with that. But Ethan Carter also as a special teamer, that makes 5 tight ends, and that's too many. So you got 3 guys at the bottom of the barrel right now. And if you want to, kind of tag Ethan Carter in with them, that's, 4 guys at the bottom of the barrel. So Chris Myrick, Jabri Blunt, Carl Tucker, all going to be fighting for spots on our roster. Maybe some of them get signed to a practice squad. Maybe some of them get cut. Cuts are going to happen for sure. The most appealing out of all those guys would be Jabri Blunt to me. Then that's just purely based on athleticism, on who he is. Son of an NFL Hall of Famer. He's a basketball, beast. That's what he played in college. He went on scholarship as a basketball player, and he's huge. He's a huge target, 6'8", I think. He's just a big dude, someone who can go up and high point the ball. I don't know how productive he will be in the NFL as a tight end, but, why not give it a shot and see what happens? If he works out, then, you get him for, peanuts. And if he doesn't work out, then no big deal. So that's what the tight ends situation looks like for me. I think Gesicki, Hunter Long, and Smythe will see the majority of the minutes from the tight ends. The rest of the guys are really kind of up in the air. I don't know what's going to happen. So I want to know what you guys think down below. Leave me your thoughts. Leave me your opinions, comments, concerns, all that stuff. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and also go check out the merch store linked in the description if you want some SSN merch. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I'll catch you very soon with another video. Have a great night. Take it easy. Fins up.